Alright, what's up guys, PeterJaguars here again, back with PeterJaguars Pick'em here for week 4. Let's hop into it. Quick recap on last week in the season as a whole. We went 11-5 in week 3, content with that one. Our best week of the season thus far, and it probably will be the most wins that we have for a while, given that the bye weeks are rolling in right now. In fact, the Patriots and the Titans both on bye right now. We're chucking these ones each way, because guess what? They're not playing this week, so they can't get a win. Nothing against those teams except maybe the Patriots for beating us last week, and the Titans for being in the NFC South. So yeah, you guys can go get chucked out of the screen right now. But anyhow, playful banter right there, and it does bring us up to 28-20 on the season. So doing all right with that, and I'll put forth the same offer this week. If we do not have a positive record, so need to get at least 8 wins out of these 15, I will put up that mixtape, that fire rap. We'll crank something out for fun about these picks and throw it up to you guys. But hopefully we'll be avoiding that. And without further ado, let's hop into the picks. Thursday night game was the legendary rivalry, Ravens at Steelers, and as you see with the tweet, we went with the Ravens, and these tweets aren't fake. We put them all out legit, but somehow just cranking out these Thursday night wins. Coming off a short week, the Ravens still had to avoid dropping to 0-4, and despite Steve Smith getting hurt mid-game, Josh Scobie was very ugly for the Steelers. Sorry about that one. He was good for us Jags, but anyhow, they are out. Good start to the week. Next, we've got a London game, Jets-Dolphins. This is technically a home game for the Dolphins, but obviously that doesn't mean very much. However, they did play in London last year, so most of these players' organizations should be familiar with the traveling, and I do think that provides a pretty big advantage in something like this, being more comfortable in the situation, the scenario, all of that stuff. The Jets might be riding a little bit lower after losing to the Eagles last week, despite their hot starts. We are going to go with the Dolphins right now. Obviously, it's a weird thing. Something could happen, but the Dolphins did beat the Raiders pretty handily in this same situation last year, so we're rolling with them. We've talked a fair amount about the dynamic in NFC East divisional matchups. Are wacky, unpredictable. Home teams seem to not have as much of an advantage as usual, and all sorts of stuff. Kirk Cousins should be able to do some work against this Eagles secondary, a little bit depleted, and Byron Maxwell, expensive signing, has not been playing that well. However, as we talked about, Eagles did win last week, and I do think they will be able to carry on that momentum to Washington, who are not that great right now. We'll see how Kirk Cousins does, and maybe I'll be able to save the day. But we're rolling with Philly. Giants-Bills could end up being one of the most entertaining games of the week. Both of these teams high-flying, tons of upside, stuff with that. And while LaShawn McCoy and Sammy Watkins, as of my recording, are not necessarily going to be suiting up for the Bills, Carlos Williams is a great filler running back for Buffalo, and he should be able to put in some work. This offense put up like 30-40 points against Miami last week, who is not an awful defense by any means. So I feel like they're going to be able to do that, take advantage of the Giants right here, and put up some more points again. And their defense is still pretty solid. Shouldn't be too worried about that either. So we are leaning with Buffalo and giving them the win for this game. Andrew Luck's status is uncertain also against my Jags, but doesn't matter. Does it freaking matter? This is one of the biggest games in our franchise's history over the past few years because we've been really weak. Guess what? Win this one, get up to 2-2, be leading the division, have taken down the so-called best team in the division right now. They probably still are. We're heading to Indy. We got to get a win. Get pressure on Andrew Luck. Bortles needs to have a good game. We are taking the Colts down, boys. I'm taking my Jags. Let's go. The Panthers are 3-0 right now, but they haven't played any super tough opponents. But guess what? If they're doing a good job beating up some of the weaker teams, then they can do a good job doing that. I really don't think Tampa Bay is that great right now. They're going out. Carolina should jump up to 4-0. When I learned that Sean Smith was coming back for week 4 and lining up against AJ Green, I was seriously considering the Chiefs in this game, and maybe they can still win this. But, 2 things. Bengals at home are legit. Like, seriously, their home field advantage is among the best in the NFL. Compared to on the road, they are much better at home. Secondly, KC on a short week after losing to the Packers on Monday night. I feel like those 2 factors are going to hold them just a little bit. They're a solid team. I wouldn't be getting down on them if you're a Chiefs fan. But because of that, we are going with the Bengals right now. And they can even jump to 4-0 also. I'm pretty sure the Raiders are the only team that I've picked the game wrong for every single week. We had them winning. Derek Carr got hurt. Then he goes and throws for 300 yards. They win. Then he goes and throws for 300 yards again, and they win. I can't figure out this team. I don't know what's happening here. We're taking them over the Bears right now. This should be the spot for Chicago. But do these guys even care? They might be throwing in the towel or something like that. I don't even know if they care at this point. I'm sorry if you're a Bears fan, because this is a very rough season, but it's not looking too good. They just traded away a bunch of guys. Do they even want to win right now? I'm not sure. They might be looking for a top pick. Because of that, Raiders are moving up. So here's the deal. We got to spike the Titans helmet because they're on bye. We threw the Colts helmet away because my Jags are obviously going to destroy them at Lucas Oil, regardless of whether Andrew Luck's in. And now we have Texans, Falcons, and guess what? All the AFC South teams are going down. Bye-bye, boys. I don't care what's happening right here. I need you to spike that like button right now. That's what we're doing to every other AFC South team. This is the Jags. This is our year. Let's do it and throw down those likes for the support. If the Browns are actually going to be starting Josh McCown over Johnny Manziel, someone who's a better quarterback, a younger quarterback, got them their only win of this entire season thus far, then I'm not rolling with these guys. Like, seriously, and I feel like Keenan Allen should be able to do some work on Joe Hayden and all, too, who hasn't been looking as strong this year. So, really, Chargers the move. I like Teddy Bridgewater's game a lot, but the one place where he struggles is under pressure. We saw that in Week 1 as the Vikings lost to the Niners. Bridgewater kind of running for his life, making some weak throws. It didn't look good at all in that game. Granted, their line's improved and kind of solidified since then, but I feel like Denver's going to be getting pressure, hitting Bridgewater a little bit, roughing him up. Their secondary is legitimate, and this could be a really hard-fought, low-scoring game, but in it, got to be leaning with Peyton Manning and this Broncos defense, which really is the core of the team right now. Obviously, Peyton's a big name, but their defense is super legit, and the main reason why that team is undefeated right now, and I'm thinking they will continue the streak. At the risk of angering all the Niners fans again, which I'm sorry about, look at the talent disparity between these teams. Do you think the Niners are going to win? Do you really think the Niners are going to win? I don't. Few more games to go, and if you guys are currently enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe right now. Annotation coming on screen. You can hit the big red button down below. Appreciate that. You'll be able to see all the pick'em videos coming up for the rest of this season, along with all of our Madden 16 content, Ultimate Team, Draft Champions, all that good stuff still firing here. And we got some big stuff coming up in the coming months, so definitely don't want to miss any of that. Make sure to subscribe. And here is Rams-Cardinals. Rams really frustrated me last week, by the way. I said they would get to Big Ben. That's what they did. Roethlisberger went down hurt, but they only put up 6 points. Like, you can't win an NFL game with scoring 6 points unless your defense is godly. And they were still really good. That's not going to be winning you too many games. So that was disappointing. And I do think their offense should be a little bit better against Arizona, who haven't faced any too great opponents. But still, Palmer's got some good stats backing him up right now. I think he has a 9-2 TD interception ratio and looking really good. So as long as he can stay healthy, this Arizona team is legit. Should be able to carry on right now and take down the Rams. Imagine how NBC feels about this Sunday night game right now. It was supposed to be a hard-fought matchup. Tony Romo, Drew Brees, something really exciting. And now it might end up being Brandon Weeden versus Josh McCown. Ouch. And maybe Brees will return, and in that case, the Saints are going to be in decent shape. But their home field has kind of drifted recently. They were very strong over the past few years, and now they've lost like 6 straight games at the Superdome. I don't know what's happening there, but it's pretty much gone right now. It's not too far to travel for Dallas. Not going to be messed up by circadian rhythms or anything like that. And I do think they are the better team at the moment. Saints just looking really poor all around. We're going with Dallas. Then for Monday night, Detroit at Seattle. I feel like the Seahawks are going to end up still winning 3 out of 4 in the NFC North despite losing to the Packers in Week 2. They're no longer in panic mode. Beat the Bears last week, and I feel like they're starting to be more confident. Pete Carroll is a good head coach, and they should be riding into a solid position right now. They've got a secondary to be able to contain Megatron, most likely, and all that stuff. So we are taking the Seahawks right here. there it is, picks for every game this week. That's going to be it for the videos. We have one more look at the winners, but thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more vids. Make sure to spike that like button if you enjoyed this one. Subscribe for tons more content, and good luck to everyone's teams this week. But anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.